Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, little late, out of date review of Dynamite. This is the go home show for Dynamite. If this was WWE, people would have big demands there. This is go home show, supposed to be 5 stars every match. Supposed to be awesome, blah, blah, blah. There, oh, this didn't sell the pay-per-view for me. But apparently, they can just throw any fucking fuck-all match on their show, even if it's a go-home show and it's good enough or whatever. They could have put on two dogs fucking for 2 hours, and these fans would still praise the show there. It started off with Jericho and MJF talking because MJF, he's having a match with Jericho, and if he beats him, then he can join the Inner Circle. And Jericho told him that he's too soft or whatever to be in the group. MJF told him, I'll show you, or whatever the fuck he said there, which led to the first match. MJF and Wardlow defeated Sammy Guevara and Ortiz. I might have been the other guy, Santana, but I think it was Ortiz there. Matt Hardy got involved, threw a chair at Guevara. Some kind of roll-up finish. After the match, MJF tackled Jericho through a fake wall or whatever, giving him some punches. It was okay, I guess, a little TNA-ish for my taste there, but the AEW fans are going to cream their pants for this, boy. Most people would just... it was like that there, like a kind of match there. Flips and bad selling and all it is there. Second match, Miro defeated Trent. Rusev or whatever defeated Trent. Like a 20-minute match, 15-minute match. Rusev should be beating this jobber in like 4 or 5 minutes there. It was his first singles debut. He should have just beat him fucking fast. I understand this Trent guy, he wrestled in Japan. He had matches with Kenny Omega. This is after he was released by WWE or whatever. Released by WWE. Went to Japan. Oh, big man Japan. After he got released by the real company, he went to Japan there. But when you look at this guy, he just looks like a plain, boring jobber. It is what it is, whether he wrestled in Japan or not there. And Rusev should have made fast work of this guy there. Should have just beat him fast, but it's AEW and every match has to be 15 minutes or whatever. You had the segment or an interview, Kenny Omega and Tony Schiavone. I was reading a review of this, and apparently the cleaner there, he did what he had to do in this interview. He displayed that he was a star, and he was presented as a big star, and this is what Kenny should be doing there. So I watched this segment, and it's just Omega with like a low tone, low volume, plain interview there. I've won every tournament I've ever been in, Tony. Who do you think is going to win, Tony? I'll let it go to the viewers at home. Who you betting on? I'm going to be the next champion. That's it. That's his promo. According to websites, this was amazing, and he's placing himself as a megastar, but that's all it is. Well, I won tournaments in Japan, Tony. Yeah. Who do you think's gonna win, Tone? Like, where's the star in that? Where's the superstar there? I don't see him. Who is it, the big star that they talk about? Because all I see is a goofball there. I just don't see it. And then we had Taz and Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. Taz was talking about the rating system, that Brian Cage is ranked #1 and he doesn't even have a match at the pay-per-view. Because it's a smart company there. Here's the rankings. Here's #1 and he doesn't even have a match. He says, how come Ricky Starks has a bunch of wins as well and he's not even being ranked? To answer Taz's question is because these rankings and the company itself are fucking retarded. It is what it is there. Why have these goofy rankings? The numbers don't even fucking make sense of who's on top of who. And most of the time, they don't even follow this shit for the matches. So what's the point of this? The fact that they have wrestlers on there talking about how dumb the rankings are on their own show there. Maybe y'all should just get rid of this crap. Third match, the Young Bucks defeated Private Party. You had FTR in this. Kenny and Hangman were in the ring for some reason. They did a fist bump, and then they just looked at each other like this there. Hangman Page. Apparently, this is how you set up a big-ass match there. The greatest wrestler in the planet. That's all it takes there. A shitty interview backstage. I'm good, Tony. Who do you think's going to win, Tony Tone? And in the ring, a fist bump, and they look at each other. Apparently, that's enough to promote a big match with a big fight feel. This is retarded. This company's retarded. Young Bucks and Private Party, the match was like their first one, just a Young Bucks match with no selling, no real wrestling in it, with facial expressions and selling, and it's just two skinny fucking bunch of goofballs doing flip nonstop. That's all it is. And you had Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley in the ring. On Twitter, the fans were claiming that this was a phenomenal fucking promo by Eddie Kingston. This solidified Kingston as the best talker of the business and one of the best talkers of all time. So I went into this expecting something good, you know what I mean? If it was so phenomenal and sexy and amazing or whatever, I expected something there. Apparently, Tony Khan said they weren't allowed to touch each other or else the match wouldn't take place. So they're having a promo. Jon Moxley says, he starts talking about his mother. I know your mom, Eddie. Her name is Trudy or something like this. And then Eddie was very mad there. He was so mad that Ambrose talked about his mom, not even in an insulting fashion there, but he was talking about his mother, and this infuriated Eddie. And so Eddie turned his back because I guess he was so mad and he would have hit him because of how mad he was, I imagine there. So he turned his back and just stood there in the ring like this. It was like horrible acting. The promo wasn't even good or anything. Just very basic indie promo shit there. And Eddie just doing bad acting. And Moxley was behind him. I know your mom, Eddie. I know your mother, Eddie. Maybe you don't deserve this after 18 years, Ed. And then he walked away walking weird. Looked like he was like a fucking geek clown guy just walking away in a weird fashion. It was just bad. But according to them, this was amazing promo, guys. This was amazing. It's embarrassing, these fans. The way they talk, and it's just embarrassing. Fourth match, Nyla Rose defeated Red Velvet in the throwaway shit match or whatever there. And in the main event, it was Cody Rhodes and the Gun Club, Billy Gunn and his son, his jobber green son there, against the Dark Order, 3 jobbers or whatever. Okay, it wasn't even big names of the Dark Order. And this was the main event. Okay, Jericho's like, oh, isn't this a little random? Cody Rhodes with Billy Gunn. Yes, it is. Incredibly fucking random. Especially for a main event of a go-home show there. That's the main event. Cody, a 57-year-old Billy Gunn, 57 years old there. They talk against old guys in WWE, but a 57-year-old guy in AEW, it's amazing that. And his son who doesn't know how to wrestle or anything. That's the match for a go-home show. By the time this match was done, I was passed out on the couch, falling in and out of sleep of this boring shit there. Okay, so for a go-home show, this was terrible. Just terrible. What was that? Cody Rhodes and the 57-year-old guy in the main event. What kind of joke is this? Just like, this isn't even good enough to be on Superstars for WWE. A match like this wouldn't even be good enough for NXT or something like that. Like, what the fuck kind of match was this? Cody, an old Finnish guy, his jobber son against 3 complete jobbers. And that's the main event of the best wrestling show going on today. You people must be on fucking crack. And this crack must be laced heavily with the fentanyl or whatever the fuck there. Because you people are nuts. You people are mental. Oh, Eddie was such an amazing promo. Eddie, he's like this. Look at the clip, for God's sake. Like that. That's the promo that's amazing. Kenny Omega, I won tournament in Japan, Tony. That's superstar material. That's him placing himself as a mega star. It should have been like that from the beginning. Like what? There was nothing there. Everything on this show was boring and shitty, for God's sake. Rusev against Trent, was that the best match? There's some fucking boring goof with a headband. He wrestled in Japan. Who cares? Fuck, he's boring. For the love of God, this show sucked. Especially for a go-home show. I was struggling to stay awake for this shit. And it was still early, for God's sake. Wasn't even 10 o'clock, 9:30. I was passing out watching this fucking trash there. Up your game, Tony Khan, you fucking goof nerd motherfucker. Until next time, peace.